Sometimes a resistance lasting only minutes can echo for centuries. In this video, I will share a story that's officially recorded as the shortest war in history, but whose impact still lingers. The 38-minute uprising of Zanzibar against the British Empire, and how that uprising was not a surrender, but an awakening. Zanzibar lies off the eastern coast of Africa, near mainland Tanzania, a small region made up of 2 islands. But in the 19th century, this tiny place was considered priceless by global powers. It sat at the heart of the spice trade. It was one of the gateways to the Indian Ocean. In other words, it was strategic, valuable, and had to be controlled. At the time, Britain was the largest colonial power in the world. After the Industrial Revolution, this massive empire carved up Africa, and Zanzibar fell under its influence. Although not officially declared a protectorate, Britain directly interfered in its internal affairs. The ruling Sultan, Hamud bin Muhammad, was a compliant leader. He protected British interests and neglected the needs of his people. But no order lasts forever. In the summer of 1896, Sultan Hamud passed away. Suddenly, the throne was left vacant, and the new candidate was Khalid bin Bargash. Khalid was a young leader with no intention of bowing to the British. He swiftly took the throne in the palace, but Britain refused to recognize him. They wanted their preferred candidate, Hamud's cousin, Hamud bin Muhammad, to take power instead. The order from London was clear. Khalid must be removed from the throne immediately, but Khalid stood firm. And this resistance ignited a fire not just in him, but in the hearts of his people. This was no longer a mere political struggle. It had become a matter of honor. On August 26th, the British issued an ultimatum to Sultan Khalid: "Leave the throne by 9 a.m. tomorrow, or we will attack." Khalid's response was simple: no. He fortified the palace, armed his men, and alerted the public. Zanzibar had an irregular force of around 2,800 men. Their training was limited, their weapons outdated, but their morale was high. A small island nation was daring to defy the British Empire. The British, on the other hand, arrived at the island's shores with 3 cruisers, 2 support ships, and a total of 150 naval troops. The armed royal yacht, HMS Glasgow, stationed just outside the harbor, would serve as the main bombardment vessel. Everything was in place by morning. At exactly 9:02 a.m., the British Navy fired the first shot. The palace was the main target. Stone walls trembled, glass shattered. Zanzibar's soldiers tried to return fire, but their weapons were no match. The British began systematically destroying the palace. Sultan Khalid couldn't escape. Some of his entourage fled to the German consulate. Within just 10 minutes, the palace had suffered serious damage. Fires broke out. The guards dispersed. Zanzibar signaled its surrender. By 9:40 a.m., the white flag was raised. The war was over. It had lasted precisely 38 minutes. And so it was recorded in history as the shortest war. On the Zanzibar side, an official count recorded 68 deaths. Most were palace guards. There were also civilian casualties. As for the British, only 1 soldier was injured, and even that injury, its cause remains uncertain. It likely happened by accident. Sultan Khalid managed to escape the British. He sought refuge in the German consulate. The British demanded his surrender, but Germany refused. A month later, Khalid was smuggled out aboard a German warship to East Africa, what is now the coast of Tanzania. He later moved to Kenya, where he lived in exile in the port city of Mombasa. There, he lived quietly, and in 1925, he passed away. the British immediately installed their preferred sultan on the throne. Zanzibar was brought fully under British control once again. Taxes were increased. The local government was rendered powerless. But the people did not forget. Khalid's 38-minute resistance was etched into their memory. Over the years, colonial rule began to crack across every corner of Africa, and eventually, Zanzibar joined that wave. On December 10, 1963, Zanzibar declared its independence from Britain. But it was short-lived. On January 12, 1964, a revolution broke out. The Arab elite government was overthrown. A new administration was established, and just months later, Zanzibar merged with Tanganyika to form the modern state of Tanzania. Khalid didn't live to see these days. But the spark he lit continued as an idea burning in the hearts of the people.
Every forest begins with a spark, and every nation awakens with a single soul.
So, how long must a war last to be considered important? Months? Years? What if a war that lasted just 38 minutes was enough to break the chains inside a people's mind? That morning, Sultan, must this system go on as it is? In history books, this war may appear as nothing more than a footnote, but its impact transformed into a generational awakening. So what do you think? Was the Zanzibar War truly a defeat, or was it the beginning of a powerful idea, freedom? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and help share this story with the world.